I want to talk about the kind of attitude any student of psychology should consciously nurture during their academic life. Because behavior is also a long term game, it cannot be harvested overnight, it needs cultivation. As a student of psychology, you do need to assume that you are dealing with something fundamentally complex: the human brain, the human psyche. I'm not putting you in competition with MBBS students or psychiatrists, right? That comparison is meaningless. But within your own field, you cannot afford intellectual laziness. So, first, do not take things at face value. Learn to question. Question theories, question findings, question authority, all right? Psychology exists because people questioned simplistic explanations of human behavior. Second, when you question, also develop the habit of finding answers on your own. Just asking questions is not enough. Read, search, cross check, sit with discomfort. A psychologist who only asks but never investigates becomes dependent very quickly. Third, start thinking like a psychologist already. Start behaving like one now. If you do not know how psychologists behave, it usually means you haven't observed one closely. Watch how practicing psychologists speak, listen, pause, and respond. If possible, attend at least one therapy session, not because you are unwell, but because observation is education. Shadow seniors when you can. You will not be perfect. You will be clumsy. That is fine. But your orientation should already be in the direction so that real life cases do not feel alien later. Fourth, read widely. And I don't just mean psychology textbooks. Read science, read literature, read history, read sociology, philosophy, read geography. The human brain does not operate in a silo, and neither should you. Your clients will come from different professions, cultures, and intellectual worlds. If someone who is, say, an astrophysicist comes to you in acute psychological distress, imagine the advantage of understanding even a little about their professional world. That is how rapport deepens. That is how empathy becomes precise instead of generic. Fifth, understand this very clearly. You are never dealing with just a brain in isolation. The brain is embedded in a body. Emotions affect physiology, behavior affects physical health, lifestyle feeds back into cognition and mood. If you try to treat the psyche as if it exists separately from the body, you will struggle as a psychologist. Integration is not optional in this field. Sixth, be very selective about therapy models. Do not chase 100 modalities. Choose 4 or 5 core approaches and commit to them deeply. Study them, practice them, refine them, let them become part of your thinking. Mastery beats novelty every single time in clinical work. So, this is the kind of disposition I would recommend to any aspiring student of psychology or anyone currently studying psychology. Whether your goal is to become a clinical psychologist or a supporting mental health professional, skills can be taught later. But attitude, once neglected early, is very hard to rebuild.